allows the detention of an arrested person without trial, and that the continued detention, Your Honor, this is important, is made with the leave of the court.
It warns that he's done everything necessary on his part to help with the investigation of this matter. He's recorded his statement. Agencies, and will continue doing so. He has never breached. Who are found on duty and in the guardhouse have also recorded statements with the police.
Keep him in custody. That is what they're telling you. Your Honor, that cannot be fair. You know, this is against Article 19 of the Constitution, totally against it, whereby it says that the fundamental rights bill, without batting an eyelid, brings an affidavit in this court and asks you to hold the accused person. So without batting an eyelid, they bring the respondent to this court and ask for 15 days. Even the 24 hours that they have had until now is a stretch too far, but it is allowed by the law. But for them to ask for 15 days, Your Honor, for them to ask for 15 days, they avoid talking about Article 49H, but they talk about Article 49G. So what do? Because H says what? They must give you compelling reasons. Cleverly, they don't talk about that. Why? It's because they do not have any compelling reasons, none at all. If there is anyone today, Your Honor, they need to point it out, because whatever has been said is nothing. The respondent has indicated very clearly that at the time these incidents of searches were going on, in his own house in Nairobi, clearly, in his own house in Nairobi, 5 firearms were found. All of them licensed, and all of them had the persons who were using them or holding onto them at that time. All of them. That was totally fair. And so, they did not arrest him. Here in Nairobi, they did not even take those firearms. It only shows you again that he cooperated. This is the kind of person we are talking about. He cooperated. At the time they found those firearms, he did not interfere with those officers or do anything wrong. So when you're looking at the antecedent of a person, this is the kind of person we are talking about, Your Honor. So what do they say? That in his rural home, rural, that's the word they use in the affidavit, they found 3 other weapons. They do not tell you exactly where in that home. They do not tell you. In a home whereby he stays with extended family members. It is a home. It's a homestead. His children have houses. His brothers have houses. It's expansive. Stepmother, everybody. But what do? They come and pick on this gentleman and say, this weapon is his. That is the type of investigation we are talking about, and that's why we are saying it's malicious and it cannot be fair. In his affidavit, he says clearly, if they were found in the guardhouse, in a metal box, the officers recorded statements. That is on the 13th. On the same day they were recovered, on the 13th. Your Honor, those officers are not before you today. Because why? They were never arrested. So when we just want to talk about possession, then we need to be specific. Was he in possession, as they say in the affidavit? He was not. If that is not malice, Your Honor, please tell me what is. If the accused, the respondent wanted to interfere, since the 13th when these items, all these weapons were found, until the 14th when they came to arrest him, 24 hours later, did he interfere with anybody? Because they had been recovered, yes. Did he interfere with anybody? No. So when you're being told that he's going to interfere with people, you want to look at it and you'll see that what they're telling you cannot be true, and therefore it cannot be compelling. He did not even try to abscond. He did not try to interfere with them. They went and picked him from where he was in a conference and went with him. You can see from the affidavit, he never in any way attempted to contact anybody or any witness or any person, and yet we do not know their names also. We do not even intend to know their names. I was present yesterday at CID headquarters. So today they are telling you they want more time. But yesterday, they kept us from 1 p.m. At 2 p.m. They kept us from 2 p.m. at CID headquarters. The only thing they did that was good, they gave us tea. And the bread that was not even brown. They kept us until 6 p.m. when we recorded a statement. For 5 hours, Your Honor. 5 hours. What were we doing there? Yet they come to you today without batting an eyelid and they ask you for time to keep him to investigate. So when you look at that affidavit, Your Honor, and they start saying that they want the accused person, look at their paragraph number 5 of the affidavit. The respondent does not work in the Firearms Bureau, he does not hold the data, so therefore they do not need him. They want to check the system, whether the said firearms have been involved in any crime. He does not keep the system, he does not work with the system. So why do they need him again? They want to arrest crucial suspects. So he's not a police officer, he does not arrest people. Why do they need him? They want mobile data. He does not work with Safaricom, Airtel, or any other airline, data provider. Why do they need him? Because they have his number, they have his phone, they don't need him. Then they say they want to take his fingerprints, which can be done even here today, 5 minutes, let's do it, bring those items, we will do it. Then you have no reason to hold him. 5 minutes, we will do that. Then they want him for the recording of vital statements of vital witnesses who we do not know, who the court does not know, and who he does not even want to know. So for him, he's not even the one who, maybe they're illiterate, I don't know, but he cannot write statements for them, so they don't need him. So what is the reason that you've been given that are compelling to do? So when I came to Article 19 saying that these are fundamental rights that belong to an individual, you can see, Your Honor, that I am actually coming from a very well-reasoned point. And therefore, Your Honor, Article 20 then involves the court, the prosecution, and the police to start by wanting to grant the fundamental rights, not by wanting to stop, as they are doing today. They are not even asking you that if you release him on bond, let him be reporting. They are not saying that. They want him totally detained. Article 21 then allows you to, once you've recognized these fundamental rights, to start enforcing them. And now we are coming, even Article 22 now favors us, because we have realized they are trying to curtail our rights. If they are trying to curtail our rights, and I'm saying this is because they do not have any compelling reasons, then who do we come to, Your Honor? Who do we come to? We have suffered enough because of the bullying that has been going on with the policemen, keeping us in the police stations, giving us a lot of tea, and doing nothing about it. If they do that, Your Honor, the only person who can rescue us is you. Because if we go back to that police station, we are just going to take tea and do nothing. Because you can see the reasons why they want him. He does not need to be present. This is a person who is a governor. And I can confidently say that today because he's not an accused person, so he still remains a governor in this court. Is this the way we treat them, people? Let us go to Article 28, even by itself, whereby it talks of dignity of a person. Is this the way then we are going to treat his dignity? Is this the way we are going to handle him? Keep him in a cell for 15 days for no reason at all. This is a provision of, in the Constitution, Your Honor. Enforced so that his dignity can be maintained. This issue of calling him every day and bullying him and going to his house at 6 in the morning when he's in pajamas, finding nothing wrong and going away and going to look for something in Migori so that they can fix him. To justify that action, those days are gone. And I'm not saying that Inspector Sang is a bad man because I know he was not there. These persons were brought to him. But I also expect that Inspector Sang should have looked deeply into these issues and seen that this was malice from the EACC officers. Kama kuna in Migori. Why weren't those ones public interest? Why is this one a public interest? If this is not malice, please tell me, Your Honor, what is? And then they're telling you, let us keep him in custody so that we can go and find out kama bunduki ilitumika mahali popote. So that now we investigate, look for an offense, then come and bring it to him. Why are we waiting for that? Let them investigate so that we can be able to come back. The accused person is on bond in a murder trial. He was given tough conditions which he has met. He has observed them, he has obeyed the rules. But you're being told he's going to interfere with witnesses. What antecedent are they going to use to show you as an example? What are they going to use? Because we are giving you a good example that he has not interfered. What do they have? Let them counter that with facts, not assumptions, because they are telling you he may. So the word may only means that suspend his fundamental rights because he may. You know, it cannot work. It cannot be fair. This officer will also require to travel to his home. Ballistic officers to go and do what? You want to see how the house was painted? Or they want to see how the roof was fixed? What do they want to see there? Because the weapons that they wanted have been brought in Nairobi, and last night they were there and we saw them. They were there. What do the ballistic officers want to go? There was no shooting in that home. And you're being told they want to go and check the homestead. I don't know whether the structure of the home has anything to do with guns, or whether the structure of the home can accommodate guns or not. Why do they want to go there? They don't even need to go there. And that is why they want 15 days, so that a ballistic officer can go and see the setup of the homestead. 15 days. So on the first day, he will go and see the gate. The second day, I don't know what he's going to see. But and in case they ever bring any charge, and they find that they have found any other material or anything else, they'll come under Section 214. They'll amend the charge, if at all there will be any charge. But I'm sure that this one is going to embarrass them. This one, they have already burnt their fingers, and they know it. Because, Your Honor, eventually, and you have done such many cases, in a homestead where you'll find 1,001 adults, including visitors, how will they pin this down on him? So what are they going to investigate? So they are trying to use your court, Your Honor, and this is what you need to avoid, because this is what they are trying to do. If you allow them to do this, you'll be descending into that arena, whereby now you'll be encouraging them and giving them life to keep on doing these things, and this is not good.